What's up everyone, I'm William France and this is going to be 4 pre-Lightroom, pre-import photography tips. So these are 4 tips that I've used for the past 10 years that have probably saved me a cumulative days worth of work. Number 1, mind your memory card. Depending on your camera and your setup, this might vary a little bit. Most new cameras though either have 1 or 2 memory card slots. They have SD, flash, XQD. Think about how you're shooting and what you're shooting. All cameras allow you to configure how you're using these 2 memory cards. Am I shooting a wedding or a contract photography where I need to have redundant pictures backed up on 2 memory cards? Am I shooting in a mode where I can have overflow onto another memory card? Even more importantly, using good memory cards with plenty of space that are reliable over and over again is going to be a key to making sure that you don't lose photos. For example, I put all of my videos on one card, on my SD card, and I put all of my photos, my raw photos, onto a flash card. I also personally shoot all of my raw photos to compact flash and all of my JPEGs to SD. Why, you ask? Well, that's tip number 2. Always shoot JPEG plus raw. Okay, I shouldn't say always, but overall you get a lot of benefits from shooting JPEG plus RAW. I don't care how many horse ponies your fancy MacBook Pro has, when you're importing raw photos, it goes slow. You've got to scroll through those things. They're 100 megabytes or bigger. So going through those and previewing them as raw photos, it takes a long time. To alleviate this, I've started putting all of the JPEG versions of my photos on an SD card and going through and marking the photos that I like and that I plan to keep. And then I'll go back with my compact flash card and pull off the raw versions of those photos. I end up saving hours over the course of a few shoots by doing this. Bonus, if you happen to actually lose your raw photos or your JPEG photos, you still have a bit of redundancy built in there. Obviously the JPEGs aren't going to be as good of quality as the raw, but it's still a little bit of redundancy to save you in a pinch. Numero tres. So as I mentioned before, sometimes it can take a long time to scroll through photos, whether you're using RAW or JPEG once you import them to your computer. Your camera actually probably has the fastest interface between your compact flash, SD, or whatever kind of card you're shooting on to preview them on your camera itself. Take advantage of your camera's LCD preview screen. We all take pictures that we know we didn't mean to take or we know are not going to turn out well. Rather than even bringing these into the computer and going through them, preview them on the camera while you're out in the field and while you're shooting. This is going to help you overall cut down on time when you get back to the computer. Ultimately, tip 3 is kind of a precursor to tip 2. Tip 2 saves you time once you get them on the computer. Tip 3 is narrowing down those photos before you even get to the computer, so you've got a narrower selection. And tip 4 tops them all off. When you're done with a photo shoot, clean things up. It is rare that you're ever going to want to go back and look at photos that you've already deemed inferior to the photos that you've imported. So once you've had a chance to go through your photos on your camera, go through your photos in your either PC or Mac and bring them into your computer, bring them into Lightroom, leave it at that. The photos that you've chosen to leave on your camera, leave them on your camera, delete them, and format them. You don't need to be like me or other people that have countless memory cards that you're just littering around your house. Clean things up, get rid of them. You're going to be glad you did. So when you go grab a memory card later, you don't need to wonder if you can or can't format the photos that are on there. You should always assume the photos that are left on your memory card were left on your memory card for a reason. So that's it. 4 pre-Lightroom workflow, pre-import tips that hopefully save you some time when you're importing your own photos. I hope this was helpful. And once again, if you like this content and you like this video, hit subscribe, leave me comments, leave me feedback. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.